Hello everyone. So welcome to yet another stream where I'm going to play against the University of Pennsylvania. So it's JU versus UPenn today, and yeah, the games have already started. It was slated to start at 9:30, so I'm gonna start playing now. And I gotta fix something actually. Mm, yeah, I'll start out with C4 and yeah, yeah, all good to go. Yeah, d5 just e3. This is my favorite setup, by the way, and I just do it every time. And oh, okay, maybe the view was a bit distorted because kept it on full screen. Yeah, hi guys in the chat. Hi, thank you for joining the stream, and I hope you will enjoy it. Mm, yeah, basically my idea is to go bishop e2, queen c2, and castle, and then maybe in the future I'll take on d5. I'll take on d5 immediately if he plays c5. By the way, so this is a very uh, comfortable setup for white. Oh, he goes knight into d5. Now, knight into d5 is not the most accurate. I think e5 is the best move over there. But okay, let's see what we can do. Maybe queen c2. I don't exactly remember the theory. And if knight c6, I go a3, I feel. Yeah, knight c6, a3. And maybe at some point of time, I can go bishop d3 and create some initiative on the king side. Mm. Yeah, I have a really good friend of mine from UPenn, actually. But unfortunately, he's not playing today because he's flying to Texas to play in an over the board event. So this guy is from Germany, and we played, I think, in BL this year. And I was so happy to see like we were playing UPenn. So yeah, it would have been really interesting if he played for his team because yeah, we had a really interesting battle in the Karokan in the classical variation. That's e4 c6 d4 d5 and c3 d4 knight e4 knight f6, and it eventually ended in a draw, but it was a great fight. Yeah, so bishop d3. I think if takes, I just take with the d pawn, and I'll be faster to occupy the d file after castles, let's say. So I think that's gonna be fine for me. Yeah, I should be slightly better over here. Mm, castle rook d1, and then boom boom down the d file. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, but really good news, by the way, from for the viewers who are from Jadavpur University. So, yeah, we went to play the East Zone tournament, and I just came back today in the afternoon, and we secured the second place. Actually, we won the silver after Adamas University, which is quite strong, which is a really strong uh, finish for us, and we finished ahead of Calcutta University. So, yeah, that was a really nice event for us. But maybe sometime I'll be able to bring the gold for JU. But yeah, like this is my final year, so maybe I have to I have to see how I can do that. Hmm. Yeah, like surprisingly enough, black's position is quite solid. So I'm thinking how I can create some chances here. Maybe bc5 and then open up the b file maybe. Let's try it. Mhm. Maybe queen f4. Idea is queen e4, and if the knight moves, maybe I have queen into a7 kind of stuffs in the air, which should be interesting. Hmm. Yeah, knight e5 just take and then queen into a7. The bishop is pinned due to the weak rook on b8. Mm. Yeah, suddenly I don't think that black should have allowed uh, b into c5 and opening up the b file. I think you should have taken on on b4 and after a b4. White is slightly better, but it's nothing much. But now I feel like I'm really comfortable, and my opponent is getting low on time, and it's 5+2. Yeah, not so sure actually. It is 5+2, I think. Knight f5. Mm, what can I do here? Maybe queen to g4. Looks interesting, but okay. Let's think. I shouldn't be allowing bishop into f3 for sure. Queen g4 looks quite natural, but queen g4, then c4 is coming. That's a bishop c2, then knight b3. No, okay, that's fine. I feel. And what about rook b5 here? Yeah, rook b5. Wait a sec. Rook b5. Rook b5, c4. Rook b5. There's also bishop takes f3. And if I take on f5, the d1 rook is falling. So maybe not rook b5. Maybe queen g4 is safe. Hmm. I'm actually trying to find a good square for my knight on f3 because it's not doing much on f3 right now. So a logical move for black here would be rook d8. But let's see. Let's see. Um, I think bishop c2 should be fine. You have rook fd8, maybe 94. I don't know. Also, there might be some rook b5 ideas followed by transferring the rook to the king side. But I don't see anything clear. Like I think white should be pretty. Black should be pretty fine here. But my opponent is taking a lot of time, surprisingly. Should I take with the pawn? Maybe that's too cocky. But I'm really, hmm, I'm really tempted to go g takes f3 to open up the g file and do something over there. Maybe I'll go for g takes f3. Hi Namit Bir, how are you doing? We have I am Namit Bir Singhwalia in the chat. I think we featured for Doordarshan TV recently. It was great. It was great to see him there. Maybe look before. Yeah, why not? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I should have some advantage, but okay, the time advantage is my best, is my biggest advantage in this position, of course. Maybe queen e4 now. Tricky, tricky, tricky. What to do? Maybe rook b5. I don't know. Rook b5 looks fine. Maybe I should have gone for h4, h5, but then he would have gone for rook d5. So what I did looks pretty, pretty fine. Mm, maybe just h4, h4. Now h5 is a real threat. Wait, what h5? Rook f2 might be interesting try to give some perpetual, but I think that's really artificial. Wait, what? Isn't queen e5 check working here? But f6 is there. Hmm. But what am I seeing, guys? What am I seeing? Just look into f5 is just GG's. Yeah, that was really stupid. I was thinking how to win that position when it's okay. I mean, queen e5 check also should be winning, but after s6, it's just complicating matters for no reason. Like I have to go back queen e4 and after queen b5. I'm not so sure if this is winning honestly. But why to mess things up? Yeah, I mean, just rook f5 is fine. But over here somewhere, maybe yeah. The thing is, if I start with h4, there's rook d5. So yeah, okay, is the next game? The next game has already started, so I'm gonna go there. I'm playing the black pieces against someone. London kid. So he's gonna go for the London. He's gonna go for the London guys. But I'll opt for the KI. Oh, okay. He didn't go for the London. I'm happy. You should be happy when you don't have to face the London. I'll go for the delayed Janowski kind of stuffs. And develop my bishops like this. What do they do here? 97, right? 97. And then c6. Yeah. Is my opponent doing the all these stuffs right? Queen c7, then 92 is coming, yeah? And then after h6, he goes bishop f4. So I'll go h6 here. And now queen c7. Yeah, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff, guys. But so do we. Mm. Yeah, a3 is really cunning. I was actually thinking about going 94, 94 d4, bishop e4, and then bishop takes a2, or something like that. But now it is not going to work that well. But what do I do here? Hmm. Interessant. Hmm. Thinking about going a5, but then rook c1 is gonna come and maybe rook c8 and queen b8 and then c5 kind of stuffs maybe. Looks interesting. Looks interesting. Yeah, I just moved queen b8 because I can't really go c5 with the rook. Just looking down on my queen on down the c file. So yeah, now maybe c5 is an interesting move. Yeah, b4? What? Ah, okay. So if a5, there's b5, and I can't take the pawn on a3 because my queen is hanging. But oh yeah, I don't know. But what can I do? Maybe b5. Maybe b5 is fine. I want to go a5 next and claim that his pawn on b4 is really weak. Maybe in the future I can go knight b6, knight c4. So this kind of stuff is always working if I get knight b6, knight c4 in on time. Maybe knight b6 directly. I was thinking if I should go a5 first, but knight b6 seems quite simple. Or no, maybe I should have gone a5 first. But yeah. Hmm. He has to take, but like if he takes with his bishop, I think a5 is coming next for sure. But his knight on e5 is slightly annoying. So that's something I do not like. Maybe a5 now. Yeah, why not? I don't see why not. Rook a8, then knight c5 is coming. And then queen c7. If queen a3, then just rook a1 is there. I think rook a8. Knight c5, and then what actually? Bishop c8 maybe. Bishop c8 is a classy move. Maybe that's working. Queen c3. What? Hmm. Maybe rook b8. I want to go knight e4 next. Even if rook b1, just knight e4 is fine for me. I think. Hmm. Yeah, this is strong. This is strong. I didn't see that. Hey, rook a6. Now queen b4. Queen. I can't exchange the queens, of course. So maybe queen c7. Yeah, I am in a bit of danger, I feel now. Oh no, I could have gone c5. Come on. I could have gone c5. Shit. Yeah, now my pawn on c6 is really weak. Yeah, bishop d7. Now queen e7 is there. Oh, queen e7 is just GG's now. Yeah, I hope he doesn't see it. Shit. Ah, yeah, but already like here I should have gone for c5. I feel. Yeah, queen e7 is this is just GG's. This is just GG's. Hmm. If rook f5, just knight d7. No. And do I have anything here? My pieces are so passive. I'll try rook b7 maybe, but I don't think I'll be alive in this game. I mean, I don't think I can be alive in this game. I think king h7. Hmm. Maybe if I get bishop e8, I have some chances, but okay, like this just gone. I feel. Yeah, surprisingly, there's no direct mate here, and I think I can go king g8 because otherwise knight f7 and knight h6 check is going to come. But now just queen e8 check. I don't know what he's thinking. Hmm. Yeah, hi Khadi plays. Yeah, I think I'm an IM, but not really playing at the same strength currently today. But maybe I will. Yeah, knight g4, knight f8, and suddenly I'm back in the game already because knight h6 check, just king h8. Yeah. Oh, now queen f5 is there. Shit. What can I do? What can I do here? Yeah, very very bad position here. Just take maybe king here. I just e4 and then it's kind of over. Rook f5. Let's see. Let's just keep on fighting. Yeah, 2 pawns down is too much, and with such a weak king, it's really hard to hold. Yeah, queen f7 maybe. King g7 is forced. Shit. Yeah, this is gonna be made soon. King h7 and then queen e5. Queen f7 where? Yeah, g4, king h4, queen h6 mate. Yeah, I'm just gonna resign this. Yeah, but I think I got steadily outplayed here, but yeah. But still we are 5-1, so that's fine. Shouldn't really harm us by a lot. But of course, it would have been great to win. Um, yeah, first of all, I started out with knight f6 because I wanted to play the KID because since his name is London Kid, I thought he's gonna play the London, but okay. And here, I think this is pretty standard stuff. But here I was a bit out of ideas. b5 is fine, yeah. Take, and then knight b6. Maybe a5 first. a5, what's happening? b5 and now rook a8. Oh, then knight a2 or something, or what? Or knight e2, yeah. And then the c6 pawn is hanging. If rook c8, yeah, looks quite passive. Looks quite passive, and queen c3 is fine for white. Like it's clearly better. Yeah, maybe today I won't be playing with viewers because I'm a bit tired. Like today I'm streaming only because the last time I streamed was like a week ago, which was actually playing with viewers. But today, like I had a match against UPenn, so yeah, I just thought that it would be great to stream after a long time. But really, I'm really low on energy because I had a train at 6 a.m. and then I reached at around 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. at my house and I couldn't sleep. So, yeah. But okay, here DC4 is the best move. Wow. Here, Bishop C4 is bad. Okay. Yeah. I took DC4 honestly because I didn't want to allow him to play E4, but apparently it's very hard for him to get E4 in because after Rook D1, A5 is coming and the B4 pawn is really weak. So I'm gonna create some passed pawns on the queen side. So yeah, it's gonna be a great position for me. But after knight f4, there's Rook s6. Yeah, like I defended very passively queen. But here I saw like knight e4, queen b4 is coming, and now c5. Yeah. Oh shit. Now c5. Come on. Yeah, now knight c5, queen c5. Because d5 is not possible. Queen into e5 is there. So queen into c5, queen c5, rook, d5, and now rook f5 is, is pretty fine for black. I mean, maybe even black can try to play for a win. Like white has to be really accurate. He has to play e4 here, I feel, to like weaken the pawn, the strong passed pawn on c4. But even then, black is slightly better for choice, I feel. But rook b8 these days. And here I thought c5 was a move, but apparently it's not. Take, and now rook f5 is not possible now because there's this knight c6 fork over here, and white is just winning. Okay, maybe I should go to the next game. Or someone is still playing for from our team, so let me check if his game is over. Oh, it is not over apparently. So let me check if I can find his game. Eternal Stillness. That's Rita Brata Chakraborty from first year of our university. Yeah, yeah. You're an 1800, so like it depends on how much time you devote to chess and how sincerely you're working on it. Honestly, like I've seen players who are like 1700 become an IM in like 1.5 to 2 years, but they were like really young and they were really serious with their chess training and all. You have to play a lot of tournaments, not only in India but abroad, and that matters a lot. Also, your K factor and your motivation to play chess, all these are very, very important, and how you study, and also the guidance you get from your trainers. Um, wait a sec. Um, oh, the set 3 is out. So we're leading by 4 points, so that's pretty fine. Beastly bishops. Okay, let's play d4. Yeah, if you're 17, then that's really great. You're quite young, but I don't know. Like, also depends like if you're studying or not. So probably you're giving your board exams or something. But okay, like it's pretty much possible to become a strong player. I'm thinking if I should go h3 and prevent bishop g4 first before going castle. So, but I actually don't remember what they do here. Maybe h3 is safe. It's like yeah. Yeah. Hi Shamera Corsair. Thanks for joining the stream. Oh wait, what? I just allowed knight c6 and e5. Oh, I was looking at the chat and I wanted to go d5 over here, but okay. Who cares? I mean, that's fine. This is like a slightly better version of the KID for black. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I understand. Like I've gone through that stage of life as well, so I know boards is kind of tough. But yeah, after that, you'll get a ample amount of time. So if you do it sincerely, it's pretty much possible to become an IM quickly. But it all depends on your mindset and sincerity. Yeah, I'm having a great day. I mean, I had a lot of travel, so a bit tired, but I think I am not hallucinating. Yeah, don't call me sir. Um, at least, like, I'm almost your age, so yeah, I'm not so sure. Should I take on if maybe I should? Yeah, I had been playing chess since I was 4.5 years old, so that's quite a long time ago. But like when I was between grade 8 and 12, I wasn't playing that frequently because I was concentrating a lot on my academics. But after my 12th, I was back, and I think I'm gonna be in chess around for a while. But I have some other plans as well. Yeah, Shamel. Of course, like if you like the stream, and I hope you are getting some nice ideas about how to train and how you can become a stronger player. So yeah, why not? You should like and subscribe. Wait, what is this? Isn't there 19 to e5? I think there's 19 to e5, guys. But 95, there might be something like f4. Hmm. I'm not so sure. Maybe I've seen something. So I'll go bishop g5. Usually in such structures, white pawn is on c4 when it comes from the pure KID opening. But here, black has a slightly better version. But yeah, white should still have some edge. Mm. Yeah, 1925. The problem was you. Okay, maybe after the game, I'll go to this position and look at it a bit at a slightly higher depth. Maybe bishop h6 now. Hmm, I don't know. Rook e1 seems fine. If f4, we have the great juicy e4 square, but he is not really playing at a real 1900 level, I feel. So right now my threat is to go 19 to e5 and then give a discover check with d6 after d takes e5. Yeah, I'm going to be 22 in a few days. So yeah, I'm not so sure. Maybe I'm quite old, but still fighting to become a grandmaster, and I hope I will become one soon. So queen g6 was a blunder because he missed knight into e5, which runs into a discover check. D into e5 runs into a discover check after d6, and then d into e7 should be winning. So GG is coming soon. Yeah. So the king is really weak, and yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for the both wish, Khalid. Are you an Indian, by the way? And if yes, where are you from? When I was 17 years, I think it was a COVID period, so I think I was around 20 to 50, I think. Not so sure. Hmm. The E7 knight is quite weak, so I can try to do some goofy stuff. Maybe. Knight C6 looks really interesting. Trying to open up the bishop somehow. And I think I'm gonna go for knight C6. Oh, you're from Himachal? Damn, which city are you from? By the way, my most favorite city in the world is Palampur. I was there and I saw the house of Vikram Batra and everyone, and especially like the the river over there. It's like made of completely white. It has a lot of white stones and it looks really beautiful. It looks really beautiful over there. Yeah, I'm from Kolkata. Should I go rook e7 directly? Or should I take the pawn on b7? It activates his bishop, but I don't think that's gonna be a huge deal. So I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, rook e7. You are at the border of Himachal, Uttarakhand, and Haryana. Ah, okay, that's nice. So like it's in the southeast part of Himachal, yeah. Ah, we have I am Sambit in the chat. How are you doing, my friend? Palampur has a chapter in economics class 9 CBSE. And why is it so? Like, why is that important for economics, by the way? Yeah, Pound Asai by. I'm not so sure if I heard about that, honestly. It was not related to reality. Don't know what that means, but yeah. Wait. Now, knight into e4. If bishop into e4, I'm considering rook into g7. But I don't see a mate directly. So maybe f3 should be fine. Why not? And after the bishop moves, maybe I can go rook e1. Yeah, Sambit is an IM. Like we had been playing the age group nationals since like eternity, and Sambit actually won a national in under 7 in Pune, where Prague was playing as well. So there was Prague, there was Nihal, and many stars. But now, unfortunately, we have become the stars. I mean, yeah, like Rook G7, King G7, Rook E7. This is just GG's, guys. This is just GG. Yeah, and now Rook E6 check, King G7, Rook Queen D4 check. And a cute little mate, Rook E7 mate. No, it's not mate. Wow, I thought it's a mate, but okay, now this is a mate. Yeah, yeah, we are gonna like really troll the UPenn team, but wait, what? Oh, I have to log in. Uh, forgot what's my password. Yeah. Oh, so Palampur is depicted as a hypothetical chapter to explain village economy. Wow. But is it Palampur a village or is it a city? Okay, it's not a city, yeah. It's, It's between a city and a village, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, Himachal, I don't think has any IM on GM. Yeah, so Khadi can well be the first IM from Himachal. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Good luck. Oh, it's a town. Yeah. Yeah. I think I was there in October 2022 or yeah 2022, and I saw the burning of Ravana over there. Yeah. Let me check out the other games going on. So my teammate Shohardo is still playing, so let's check out his game actually. I think he's gonna win. Oh, his game is already over, it seems. Let's check his game. He won. Yeah, this guy is very strong. He's winning all the games, like killing everyone. And he's not playing OTB chess for a long time, but still very, very strong. Mhm. Looks like black is in some trouble actually. Like was at least. Maybe rookie 2 or something. I don't know. 96 check shouldn't be good. Yeah. Yeah, it was not a really easy win, to be honest. Oh, wow. Oh. Ah, just King J3, Queen E3 mate is there, yeah? Ah, the pairings for set 4 is out, and let's see who we are playing. Oh, so we have already won the match, guys, in the chat. Yeah, hi Samvartada. How are you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, I mean, we have already won the match 10-2. So even if we lose all the games, it doesn't matter, but I'm still gonna win as many as I can. Let's go d5. This guy shouldn't be knowing a lot of theory. Oh, he plays dc5. Like, you should take a dc5 only after I west or move with bishop d6. So, like, the best move here is something like bishop b5 check, knight c6 castle, bishop d6, and only then dc5, bishop c5, so that you gain a tempo. But okay, now knight e4, bishop f2 might be an issue. Maybe bishop e6, but then knight e4 is coming. Maybe at 6. I don't mind giving up a pawn to gain the initiative on the bishop pair. Maybe queen b6 or g5 first and then queen b6. Yeah, basically I weakened my kingside structure a bit, but should be fine. But knight d4, knight into d4, queen d4. Yeah, yeah. This is quite drawish. I don't want to draw against this guy, so I gotta find something interesting. Queen c6 maybe, knight d4, bishop f6 next. Yeah, g5 weakens the king, but there are some lines like this in this variation where black plays g5 and still is fine. Oh, what did I do? I missed bishop g7. Shit. Oh, yeah, okay, he doesn't see it. That's good news. So I got bishop f6 now. Now knight c5 maybe. If knight d4, just queen b6. Yeah, it's really hard to play for a win in this position. But now I think the dust has settled quite a lot and I might have some chances. Yeah, but like if you have the will, you will find a way. But like it's quite difficult to be honest. Like to stay disciplined is really difficult, and I'm telling that from personal experience. Honestly, it's it's possible, but you have to have like your willpower should be like crazy strong because as you grow up, your priorities change. So that might be a small issue. D4 maybe, CD4, rook D4. Like for me right now, I shouldn't be playing rapid tournaments or I shouldn't be streaming, but like at some point I felt like I should stream. I should have an influence on social media. Although I have not gone all in into social media because it is, after all, a slightly distracting. So you have to like your focus should be like this, not on many things. So like education is like a very broad thing, and it was affecting me for quite a long time, honestly. So I'm gonna get rid of it soon, at least for some time. But oh, I can't go queen b5 because there's this bishop c6 for double attack. So queen f5 seems fine. So you can at any point of time you should focus on a maximum of, let's say, two to max three things. So right now my focus is mostly on improving my chess and a bit on social media, but like initially it was I was focusing on it a lot, but right now I've managed to reduce it because after all it is distracting. So my pieces are quite active. My rooks are doubled on an open file, but my king is slightly weakened. But after king g7, I don't see a way, honestly, for white to exploit my weakened king. So I'm pretty happy with this position. Sure, man. What's your name, by the way? Do I know you? Have I ever heard of you? Yeah, French and Caracan are Sambit's uh, specialties, so like he knows a lot on those in those areas. Yeah, yeah, Nazi's lines are interesting, although I don't have much idea about those. My opponent is thinking a lot. Hmm. I smell that his queen can get trapped somehow, but I don't see it. Okay, king g7, there's queen into e6, queen into e6, rook into e6, and my king is pinned. So that's a nice trick by my opponent. But unfortunately, I'm not going to fall for that. So maybe rook d7 is safe. I'm attacking both the pawns on b2 and a2. So Just gotta take on d7, I feel. But maybe there were some better options for me to continue, but I really don't want to. I mean, I can't make my brain work right now. My brain is just not braining. I need to sleep. Bishop e4, queen g4 should be fine. Need to do some blunder checks, of course. Maybe he's gonna go bishop f3 and try to repeat, but I am not gonna repeat moves. Maybe king g7. Just play slowly and see where things go. Maybe I could have gone for bishop d4, but then queen f3 was there. And my point was, if something like queen c1 after bishop d4, then I had queen into g3 because the king on g1 was pinned. But currently it's it's fine. Yeah, bishop f3, and he's maybe happy with the draw. But I'm not. How do I fight for a win in this position? Queen f5, queen f5 maybe, because why not? Yeah, I'm attacking his pawn on a2 and also his rook on e1. Why do I sense something wrong? Bishop d4, queen f3, queen e2, and then bishop g4 maybe. f3 is not possible in that position. Yeah, I don't know how to fight for a win here, but the g5 pawn is protected by my queen, so that's fine. So queen e2, bishop g4, and then bishop f3. Oh, he misses that, and it's just gonna be made in few moves after king h2, and he resigns. That's fine. Mm, yeah, let's check this game. Um, I don't know. Maybe I could have played it. Started with h6. Okay, castle is fine. Bishop g5. And now rook e8. Okay, rook e8. That was the point. If 92. Now h6. Yeah, now h6. Because after bishop f6, bishop queen f6, the d5 pawn is no longer hanging. And if bishop 6 here, queen f6, queen into d5. I think just bishop b6 or even just rook e2, queen c5, rook into b2 is just much better for me, and I'm going to develop pretty easily with tempo, and his pawn structure is also weak. Oh, he's an A&M. I didn't really realize that my opponent was a national master, because national master is something like at least 25 2600 on chess.com if they're regular, but perhaps it's not a regular player on chess.com, because I as well have a really low rating on chess.com because I just play Collegiate Chess League matches here. So yeah, I started with something like 25, 25, 50. So this account of mine is like 14 years old. So I started when I was like 7 years, 8 years old. So yeah. No, ASF doesn't give NM. NM is usually in the US. Not sure if if it's a title valid in Russia as well. But yeah, it is mostly in US. It means a national master. I don't know the norms. Uh, yeah, but okay, but G5. G5 was actually the top choice of the engine, but after playing it, I felt like yeah, I should have continued with 94 immediately. Queen B6 was just worthless. Like 94, 94, 94 D4, and yeah, like I have a lot of space advantage, and 95 is the best move. Otherwise, if 92, there's E3 in the air, and I think black is much better. Even F5, yeah, E3 better than E3 is F5. Keeps the tension in the center and control over the center, and also I'm trying to play F4 in the future. So black is clearly better. But yeah, I mean 95, maybe just 95, bishop e5, queen e7. And the point like Khadil was telling with that uh, that g5 weakens the black king, but not necessarily because white doesn't have great communication or forces to attack on the on my king. Oh, we have Rohan Viswas in the chat. Hi Rohan, how are you doing? This is my classmate from JU. Someone told me that I should have kept the real JU logo, but honestly, like I started making the thumbnail like 5 minutes before the match started. So like I just told proper ChatGPT and I just put the first thumbnail it gave me. So I literally had no time because I had some other works to do. But yeah, 97 was a blunder. Yeah, Bishop G7 was just winning for my opponent, but he missed it. I think I was pretty much forced to give up an exchange. Yeah. Yeah, and in these positions, I always felt like I'm slightly better. And here, engine says that G4 is like winning immediately, but I was not so sure after Bishop E4, Queen H5. It says yeah, Queen H5, and now what actually? The Bishop can move or what? Bishop B1, let's say, or the H file. The H file is really weak. King G7, and now Rook H8 is coming. Mate is kind of unstoppable. If Bishop E5, then take, and I take everything. Yeah, and now Rook D2 and White enters the seventh rank with decisive effect, I think. Yeah, like really better position for black and eventually eventually we won. So yeah, let's see the standings actually. The match is finished or what? Um, yeah, yeah. So congratulations to my teammates. I think oh Rito Brother won all the games. That's really cool. That's really cool, man. That's really cool. Yeah, I no. Okay, no. I think I'll end my stream here because I don't really have enough energy for to play viewers. But maybe in my next stream, I'll be playing viewers. So yeah. So thank you for joining everyone. And if you like the stream, just hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So I'll see you next time. I'll be playing National Rapid and Blades in a few days, and I also have some tournament tomorrow. So yeah, a bit busy schedule, but I'll try to stream from time to time if I get some free time. So yeah, I hope you like the stream, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye and goodbye, Khadi. Khadi. Yeah, I hope you become an IM soon. Oh, I have a question from Khadip actually. So yeah, chess teachers say they don't you shouldn't push pawns in front of the king, like especially here, like when you have pawns like this. In certain openings, you will see not really in this position, but usually pushing the h pawn is the safest uh, because this pawn if you push the h pawn, you still have these two important pawns in front of your king protecting it, and so if you want to attack your opponent's king, pushing the h pawn is the safest. And we saw a lot of games of Alpha Zero after its advent in 2018 that it's pushing its um, h pawn, harry the h pawn very frequently. So that was a revelation. And usually you shouldn't be pushing the g pawn. Sometimes maybe the f pawn, but in the end games, if you push the f pawn, it's usually a grave positional error. But okay, it's a very subjective thing, so like you have to think about the position more concretely before you do anything. So like if you play g5, it's fine in this position because white doesn't have great coordination between his pieces. uh, yeah, like in particularly here, white doesn't have great coordination between his pieces and is not able to launch an attack or get um, or develop his pieces quickly towards the king side. So I played g5 here because after bishop g3, 94 is the best move, and probably that's what I was going to play in a classical game. And yeah, like black's king is feeling pretty safe here, so that's not a problem at all. Okay, guys, so that's enough for today. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.